Hello and welcome to my channel, Talisman Tarot. In this reading I want to ask the cards and spirit directly through channeling about what your crush, how your crush sees you, how they view you, how they perceive you, and I have 5 groups that you can choose from. This will be group number 1, this will be group number 2, this will be group number 3, this will be group number 4, and this will be group number 5. And so I will ask you to use your intuition and choose the group that speaks to you the most, the group that catches your eye, and that group will be your group. And if you need any more time to choose, you can always pause the video. But if you don't need any more time, I'll just move on to the reading. Hello group number 1, you chose this Medicine Woman tarot deck, and so I will start with some channeling and then I will shuffle the cards for you. So group number 1. How does group number 1's crush see group number 1? Okay, there is one thing coming through, and I'm very sorry to say this, but there is something here where I am getting the feeling that this person might have friend-zoned you a bit. So I'm sorry, but I think this person sees you more as a friend than as someone they could see themselves being romantic with. But I think they see you as someone they really want to know more. I think they are very interested in you. There is something about you that intrigues them. They want to know more about you. They want to know your opinion on stuff. Like there is something where I think this person sees you as very wise, very smart. You have a lot of knowledge about a lot of things. And I think this person always wants to know your opinion on stuff. Like whenever you voice your opinion about something, I think this person really listens, and like they take notes, because they know that whenever you speak your mind about something, it's always going to be smart. Like it's always well thought through. It's always like every time you talk about something, it's always obvious that you have reflected about it. Like you've thought about it for a long time, and you've done your research, and like you would never talk about anything if you don't know anything about it. Like and I think this person knows that. They know that whenever you start talking about something, it's something that you've really thought about a lot, because if you hadn't, you wouldn't be talking about it. And like if you voice your opinion about something, it is because you have done your research. You would never voice your opinion about anything if you're not 100% sure about your opinion about it. And so there could be something about you also being a bit stubborn, because well, whenever you voice your opinion about a topic, you've always done your research and thought about a lot about it beforehand, and so it's really almost impossible for other people to change your mind about it, because you've thought about it so much. And so it's like hitting a wall in a way. Like the people can't people like you have all the arguments there. Like you and you're really good at arguing your case. Like you're good at coming up with evidence, or coming up with proof that you're right about something, or coming up with arguments about like your case. Like if you have, it's very, and I think this person is very intrigued by the fact that you're always, and in a way you're always right about everything, and I think that could be intimidating this person a bit, and maybe this could be the reason why they don't see you as marriage material, or see you as someone they could see themselves in a relationship with, is because I think this person feels like they would lose their self-esteem with if they were with you, because they would always be wrong and you would always be right, and no matter what they would say, they would always you would always be right about it. You would always know what's right, and it's not even like a matter of opinion. Like, I think you are actually right, because you would never you would never say anything if you weren't 100% sure about what you're saying. And so you have that kind of advantage when you're in a conversation with people, that you, it's kind of like, I think you are maybe a bit like introverted, and you don't just speak up about everything. Like, you don't just talk about everything, as many people do. Like, many people talk about things even though they are not completely sure about it, and people sometimes like come up with some crap that they think is correct, but they haven't really researched it, they haven't Googled it beforehand, because they don't feel like they have to, because they are not really that afraid of being wrong either. Like, but I think you are very afraid of being wrong, and so you always make sure that you are 100% sure about what you say, like before you say it, because it's very important to you to be right. And so I think this person feels like they would always be wrong with, if they were like in a relationship with you, then they would always have to like, so there is something about you being kind of intimidating to this person. It's kind of like they feel like you're this perfect person who's always right, who never makes mistakes, who never says anything wrong, who never makes like you. And there's also something about you having some skills where, like, or something about you being kind of lucky in the way that, or fortunate in the way that you, like, it's everything comes easy to you. Like, or this person feels that way, that everything's easy for you. Like, you like if you have to learn a new skill, you just have to see one person doing it, and then you can do it just as good as that person, even if that person has done it for 10 years. Like, you have this, like, you're very good at learning new skills, and or this person might just, maybe this is not correct, but this is how they see it. So sometimes you might also act as if you've never done something before, just to maybe maybe there are certain things where you have practiced them like a lot of times. Like, maybe you're good at drawing because you've practiced drawing for a long time, and then someone asks you to draw something, and you might say like, oh, I'm not good at drawing, I've never drawn before, and then you draw like a really amazing drawing, and everyone is like, "What? How did you do that? If you've never done it before?" And it might be something you do to kind of put the take the edge off, or maybe you're kind of nervous to make mistakes, or you're, as I said before, maybe you're just really afraid of failure, and so whenever you have to do something in front of people, you tell them that you've never done it before, because then if you do it poorly, if you do it badly, then you can just say, "Oh, it was just because I haven't had the practice. I've never done it before, and that's just the reason why I suck at it." But there is maybe something where you have this thing that many of us do, where we're really good at something when we're at home. Like, for instance, like I'm really good at writing at home, but whenever I have to write something like in front of people, like if I'm in a group project with some other people and I have to write something in the group while other people are watching me, I can't write. Like I get like this whole blockage where I can't get the words out. And so maybe you have it. You feel the same way, that like sometimes, and that might be why you talk yourself down whenever you're doing something in front of other people, because maybe you honestly don't know if you're going to suck at it because you have an audience. Like maybe you never really know if you're good at drawing, maybe you don't know how good you would be at drawing in front of other people. Like maybe saying that you suck might be something that you're also afraid that maybe you will suck, because you never know how you react to pressure, how you react to other people watching you. But in this person's mind, like how they perceive you is they perceive you as someone perfect, someone who never makes mistakes, someone who is very fortunate, someone who can just learn a new skill just like that, without even having to try first, without having to make any attempts first. You can just pick something up like instantly. And like I think this person is kind of jealous of you in a way. Like they see you as this very perfect person who's but yeah, there is something about, like I'm getting this one scenario here in my head where I think you were like talking in a group setting where you were like talking, and a lot of other people were talking too, and you were with this person, and the other people were being kind of loud, and you were trying to say something, but you couldn't say it because you kept getting interrupted by the others. And this person was getting frustrated because they really wanted to hear your opinion about, like they really wanted to know what you were trying to say, but they couldn't because everyone was being so loud. And so this kind of makes me think that like this person really values your opinion over other people's opinion. Like they don't care about other people's opinions. They only care about yours. Like because they know that like whenever you talk, because maybe you don't talk that much, and whenever you do talk about something, they know that it's going to be gold. They know they have to listen closely to it, because and they have to take notes because you are going to say something brilliant. And it's like they really admire you and respect your opinion on things. But there is also some kind of frustration about maybe you not forcing yourself through, like that you're a bit too withdrawn socially. Like this person just wants you to like shout and make it known to like the world that you're here, and like everyone has to listen to you, like because they feel like everyone should listen, and they just feel like you should be more confident in yourself and speak up more and make it known to everyone that like now you're going to say something and it's going to be brilliant, and so people just need to listen and stop interrupting you. So there is some kind of frustration about you, about your maybe your lack of self-confidence. Like they really want you to just own up to yourself and stand up to yourself and be more proud and be more confident and be more bold in some way. And dare to say more, like because you have so much so much to say, so it bothers them that you sometimes are silent and withdrawn because you have so much to share with the world. So yeah, very, very positive, but maybe also a bit too positive. Sometimes it can be too perfect, and some people can get intimidated by things being or things seeming a bit too perfect. But yeah, with the 10 of Arrows, I think this person sees you as someone. I think there might be something about you where it is like this person sees you as someone who has been through something hard. Maybe this person feels that there is a reason why you are so withdrawn and that you are so silent, that there is possibly a reason for that. And maybe they feel like people have been putting you down, or something where, I don't know, maybe this person, I don't know if you've talked about this, but maybe this person feels that you are the way you are socially because you've been bullied in school back when you were younger, and that you maybe react in a certain way because of that. And I think they feel like it's a shame because you have a lot to share with people, and you're really a great person. But there could also be something about silence, about I think you have this calmness that this person also likes that about you, that I think you calm this person down. You make them feel at peace when you're around, especially when you two are alone. I don't know if you've been alone before, but like if you have, I think this person really liked that you had this calming effect on them, where this person didn't feel like they had to like I think this person, I think you calm them down. So yeah. Yeah. But let's see if there's anything more about how your crush sees you. Group number 1. Apprentice of Bowls, which is Page of Cups. I think this person sees you as someone very I think they see you as kind of sensitive, even though I don't think you're sensitive, but there is something about you that this person sees as kind of fragile, even though this person has like the deepest respect for you, and they admire you and look up to you. They also see you as this very fragile flower, like this person that just needs protection in some way. I think they want to protect you from other people and from judgment and from nastiness from others. Like they kind of feel like, because like they and it is because maybe you don't notice how, like maybe there is something about you that kind of give people in general this vibe that you're sensitive, even if you're not. And it's kind of, maybe, like I have the same. People have always assumed that I'm very sensitive and fragile and anxious, and that like, and it's mostly because of my voice. And it's kind of this thing that has bothered me my whole life, is that I'm not nervous right now talking to you at all. I'm not nervous in any of my videos. Like, I enjoy doing this. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't make me anxious. But for some reason, I sound really anxious, and it's my voice. My voice is very trembling. It's very weak, and it can give off this vibe that I'm really, really just on the verge of crying, even though I'm not. And it can, people get the wrong idea about me because of my voice, and I think people have always gotten the wrong idea about me because of it, and to the point where I think I have actually become more anxious just because people always assume that I am, and so it kind of, yeah. But there could be something about you where you give off some kind of vibe that you are anxious and sensitive and fragile, even though you're not. And it could be because you have like a water sign in your rising, in your ascendant. I have Cancer in my rising, and so maybe that's kind of the curse I have. So there could be something where this person gets this idea about you that, oh, I need to protect this person because this person is so fragile, they can't handle judgment from other people and nastiness from other people because they are so fragile and sensitive. And I am getting the feeling that you are none of those things, that you are actually really, really strong. And you've been through something really hard that many people wouldn't have been able to get through, but you got through it because I think you are very strong, and you're stronger than other people think you are. But yeah. So I want to see some more here about how this person sees you. Five of arrows, which is five of swords. So there could be something like, because this person here is not sharing with others. This person on the picture is not sharing her food, but I think in this case, I think it's about you not sharing yourself, like sharing personal details about yourself with others. That you're kind of withdrawn. You're kind of holding yourself back, or holding information back from other people about yourself. Like you are like, you don't talk about everything you've been through. Like if people kind of have to force it out of you, if they want, like if people are curious about what you went through, then they kind of have to like dig in and like draw it out of you. And I think this person might see you as someone who's not sharing quite enough with people, or with this person, maybe this person feels like they want to know more. They are very interested in knowing your opinion. Like maybe this person has felt like they really wanted to know your opinion about something, and but they had to kind of dig it out of you. Like they had to really force it out of you. So they might have like talked. Maybe they asked you while you were in a group setting at some point. They might have asked you, "Oh, what's your opinion about this? I want to hear your opinion." And you might have felt like you were put on the spot in a way that you weren't really comfortable sharing just like out of the blue. Like you want to have everything thought out first. So if this person asked you, you might have felt like, oh, this reminds me of being in class where the teacher asks you like randomly about something and you kind of get blocked and you can't say anything. And maybe you felt that way as well when this person asked you about your opinion about something, and like where there were other people around, and you felt like, oh, you were kind of put on the spot, and you might have like choked and said like, oh, I don't know, I don't have an opinion about it, and this person might have felt like, oh, why are you holding yourself back? Why are you holding information back from me? Like, why? I want to know your opinion. And maybe, yeah, so there could be something where this person feels like they have to force your opinion out of you, like force information out of you. You don't just share just out of the blue. So with the Four of Wands here, I think this person, like the Four of Wands reversed, I think this person might see you as someone who came from a broken home. Or that you have a broken foundation in some kind of way where there could also be something about your humor being kind of dark or morbid humor. You might make fun of yourself as well, where you make fun of your own, like where you make fun of your shortcomings, or or maybe, as I said before, maybe you talk yourself down, and like maybe you're the type of person who tells people, oh, my home is like a mess, and then when they come to your home, it's like spotless, like completely clean. And maybe you have that thing where you talk yourself down, where you say, oh, before an exam, you might say, oh, I'm going to fail the exam, it's going to go horribly. And then you go to the exam and you get an A, and this person might feel like, why did you have to say that about yourself beforehand? Like, you're obviously really good at everything you do. So why talk yourself down when you have everything? Like, and I don't know. So yeah, but I think that's all I have for you, group number 1. I think this, yeah, I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, group number 2. You chose the Wonderland Tarot deck. And I will start with some channeling, and then I will shuffle the cards for you. So, group number 2. What does group number 2's crush, how does group number 2's crush feel? How does group number 2's crush see group number 2? How does group number 2's crush perceive them, view them? Okay, there is something about you getting startled very easily. Like maybe you have like some kind of like hyper startling or something, where you get startled very very easily. Very, like, if people put a hand on your shoulder, you might have like a very strong reaction to that, or if you hear like a loud noise, like you might start screaming or something. Like if something falls down, or then you might scream, but so there, or like if you're in the zone, like that's also like if you're like reading something and you're like completely in the zone, and then maybe like if this person has like come up to you and like said, hey, and like maybe put a hand on your shoulder, you might have like freaked out, or like for a moment, of course, and then like until you realized that it was them, and then like, okay, but like you might startle very easily. So that's kind of something that came through. Jumpy, like you're maybe a bit jumpy. And I think this person kind of sees it as like kind of charming and cute that you react that way. I think this person might be the type who doesn't react at anything. Like they don't like, if someone like this person might be the type who like wouldn't even flinch if there was a gunshot like right near them. Like they have more of a cool, but I don't know if that's like, it seems as if it's kind of, it's not good to be that. I think it's it's definitely good to react to startling, like react to things because like that's kind of natural. That's our we startle for a reason. It's a defense mechanism. It's and it's very instinctual. But there is also something. Okay, there is something where I'm getting something that where the last time you talked to this person, it seems as if something was revealed in that conversation that really that was kind of maybe a bit of a deal breaker for this person. So I think like for some of you, I think this person actually had like a good eye for you, like they really liked you a lot, but then you said something in the last conversation that kind of changed their perspective, their perception of you. Something you revealed something you there might have been something where you told them a secret about you, that this person felt like that's so off character, that's something they had never expected from you. With the Five of Pentacles here, you can see how this is a cow who's in a turtle's shell. So it's kind of a cow impersonating a turtle. So there could be something where this person felt like you had been playing them, or that you had been impersonating that you had cheated. That you had acted as if you were something that you were not, or that maybe you cheated on a test, and I know that's kind of, it's not a big deal, but maybe you told this person that you had cheated on some test, and maybe you cheated by making someone else by getting help from someone else, and then you put your name on it even though someone else wrote it, or something where you were kind of impersonating that person by acting as if you were the one who wrote the essay or something, even though you weren't. So there is something where I think you cheated, or some of you might have cheated on a test, and then you told this person about it, and they kind of felt like that was like not cool at all. That was off character for you, because you might come across as someone who would never do something like that. And so I'm getting this feeling that something came out about you, some kind of information about you that you had been hiding from this person, and hiding from other people as well. Something that you confided in this person. You told this person about it because you felt like you could trust this person, but for some reason it was like a deal breaker for them. They felt like they didn't know you. They didn't know the real you, because the one that they thought you were, the person that they thought you were, would have never done something like that. to like and I don't know if this at all resonates with any of you, but it's something that came through, and so I think it might be specific for one of you, but it came through very strongly with the Two of Pentacles here reversed. I think there could be something about you caving into some kind of peer pressure as well. It seems as if there might have been some kind of situation where you did something that might have been seen as unethical, but you might have done it because of peer pressure. So this could be that, like, you were in a group project or something, and then one of the members of the group said, "Oh, shouldn't we just cheat on this essay and like make someone and pay someone to write it for us, or take it or just take the information from the internet and just rewrite it, or something where it's very beneath you to do something like that. You would never do it because you're also really smart. I'm getting that you're really smart and capable, and so you don't have to cheat in order to get good results, but you might have caved into peer pressure, and you might have just done it because the other people were forcing you to do it, or because you didn't want to put your foot down and become unpopular in the group, and so you just kept your mouth shut to kind of so that the others wouldn't get mad at you. And this could also have had something to do with you. Like it doesn't have to be anything about a test or about school at all. It could have been something small, like maybe you went out with some friends and you took the bus, and your friends were like, "Oh, we're not going to pay for the bus ticket. We're just going to see if it like we will just risk it and hope we don't get caught or something." And then you might have not paid for the bus ticket because the other friends of yours were not doing it either, and so you caved into peer pressure, and then you might have told this person about it, and they might have felt like, "Oh, that's so not you. That's something you would never have done, or they would have never thought you would do something like that," or something. So there could have, yeah. With the Eight of Swords, there is something where I think this person sees you as someone who might be a bit blind towards, like, they might see you as kind of blind towards your own talents and skills in some way. Like you might have some insecurities that this person doesn't understand why you have those insecurities. There's also something about, like, if you're in school and this is if this person you're asking about is someone you're studying with, like in school, then maybe this person feels like you are the type who is like really smart and capable, and you can do just about anything, and you're like really good at studying, or you're really smart, but maybe you're not good at studying, and maybe that's kind of the thing, that you're really smart and everything comes easy to you, but you might have a hard time getting the motivation to actually do the work and study. So there might be something where this person has labeled you as a bit lazy, or something where this person feels like if you just put in the effort, then you would be the best in the class. Like if you just did the work, if you just did your homework, if you just read the things that you had to read for the class, but you might be kind of like you might be your own hindrance, like you're hindering yourself from achieving your goals because you are like you have a lot of potential, but you lack the motivation. So that's kind of the thing. But I think you have a lot of knowledge, and I think whatever you're studying, like I think you are, like you're good at it, and you're naturally good at it. Like if one of you might be studying medicine, and maybe you told this person something about maybe this is very specific, but something about the meniscus, the knee, something about the anatomy of the knee or something. It's very specific for one of you, and this person was just like, what? How did you know that? Like that's not even something I know, and I've read every book there is, and how did you know that? Or maybe you diagnosed them, like maybe you were able to like diagnose their knee injury by just looking at it, and so they were amazed by how much knowledge you have. And maybe you even I was talking about the startling thing in the beginning. There is this condition, this hyper startling condition. It's kind of rare, or it's culture specific for the Southeast Asia, I think, and it's called later, like something like that, and maybe you knew about it, and maybe you talked about it with this person, like while talking about medicine and talking about diagnosis and stuff like that, and this person might have been very impressed that you even knew that existed, because maybe they didn't know. And so there is something where maybe you just know certain things about, like you know a lot of random things that other people don't know, and then like I'm getting this feeling that sometimes you start second guessing your own skills and your own knowledge, and then some of you might consider cheating or on a test or something like that, even though you don't have to cheat at all, because you could easily pass because you have so much knowledge. but you risk getting caught because you start second guessing your own abilities like right before the test, and then you start thinking, oh, should I, maybe you haven't cheated at all, but maybe you mentioned it to this person that, oh, I'm really considering cheating on this test because I don't know if I'll pass if I don't, or something like that. And maybe this person just felt like, why would you risk that when you have all the abilities and all the knowledge? Why would you risk that just because you're second guessing it right now? So there is something about that, but I am getting something about anatomy. Like, I think you, even if you're not studying medicine, I think you are really good at anatomy, the human body. You could have a tattoo on your body of something that has to do with anatomy, like a real looking heart, or something like that. And I don't know. But with the Nine of Cups reversed, yes, I think this person sees you as someone who doesn't know, like you don't know how you don't know how much you have. Like you're kind of blind to your own accomplishments. You don't know your own success. Like you don't know how much you like, or maybe you take lightly to all the things that you have. Like you might have a lot of accomplishments that you are not even acknowledging, and maybe this person wants you to acknowledge that you have actually achieved a lot, and you shouldn't put yourself down. But yeah, so yeah, I think there could be something about, with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, there could be something where maybe you have a lot of anxiety when it comes to exams, like you maybe you're really afraid of failing because you never know how you're going to react when you're in an exam room. Maybe there's also something about you choking up whenever you are put on the spot. Like whenever someone asks you about something, you might choke up. Like you might have all this knowledge where you like randomly share a lot of knowledge with people. Like you might see someone limping, and then you go to them and like tell them, oh, I think you have a torn meniscus, and then you're right. Like, but if someone comes to you and like asks you some question about something, then you might choke up because then you get like feel like pressured into like giving them the answer, but you might know the answer, but it's just like you maybe you don't like to be put on the spot. But there could also be something about you coming from a family where like you don't have any family members to help you with your studies. Like you're kind of on your own when it comes to your studies. Like you might not have any family members who are studying this or who studied the same as you, or so you might feel kind of on your own with this. and if you're not in school or if you're not studying, this could have to do with your work. Like maybe you feel like no one in your family really understands what you're doing because they don't have the same, they don't know what, they don't know anything about it, and so they can't give you advice on it. There could also be something like maybe some of you do something for a living that's kind of alternative, something like alternative healing or spiritual healing, or something where you might be the only spiritual person in your family, so you don't have anyone in your family that you can talk about this with. Like you don't, and so maybe this person feels like maybe they see you as kind of that you're very independent but it's mostly because you had to you had to become independent because you're doing something where no one in your family can help you with it and give you any advice on it, so you had to become independent and had to just trust yourself and trust your intuition and trust that you know what you have to know about the things that you have to know things about. But yeah, so there could be something about you being quite independent and quite self-reliant, but it's mostly because you had to be. Or so. But I do want to ask the cards about maybe this person, like if some of you have, if one of you have dropped out of school, I think this person, this crush that you're asking about, I think this person sees it as kind of a shame that you, it's a shame that you dropped out because you could have easily passed, and you could have easily gone through it and come out on the other side, and you didn't have to. So there is something where maybe you gave up on something, and this person feels like you shouldn't have given up so quickly, because you were very much capable. But you might have given up and then started something else, where you're maybe self-employed or doing something, some kind of project on your own, and maybe this person understands that you're doing that, but I think they see it as a good idea that you're doing it, but they might also feel like maybe you're wasting the talent that you had, that you could have really come far in whatever field you were studying before. But with a raven coming through, there could be something about Edgar Allan Poe. You might have talked about him as a writer and talking. But there could also be something about you wanting to be a writer. And so maybe you chose to quit school to become a writer. And I think this person just sees that as, like, I think they admire that you had the courage to go your own way, but I think they also felt like maybe you did it as kind of a cop-out from the studying, like that you were trying to find an excuse to study, to stop studying, to get out of school, and so. But I think they see you as someone who could potentially be successful at writing, but I just feel like they still see it as a shame that you went that you you didn't finish the school because you obviously had a talent for it. So with the Nine of Swords, I am getting that maybe this person sees you as someone who doesn't really listen to other people. Like you listen very much to yourself and you follow your own intuition, and you don't. Maybe this person feels like you should maybe listen to other people's advice sometimes, because maybe sometimes other people are actually giving you advice because they want to see you succeed, and it's not just because they want to rain on your parade. But yeah, I think there could be something where this person also sees you as very frustrated and very easily frustrated with others. And maybe also that you have withdrawn yourself from social events, maybe to get away from other people, to get away from other people's questions. Maybe you don't like to have to answer other people's questions. Maybe a lot of people ask you, like, why did you make that decision? Why did you make the decision to quit school or whatever you did? And you don't want to have to answer those questions, and so maybe you stay away from social events because of that. And I think this person might see it as a shame that you are letting other people get to you and letting other people keep you away from social events or something. Yeah, but this person might also just see you as someone who's always surrounded by people who keep who's in your ear all the time, trying to like, maybe this person also acknowledges that there are people around you that probably aren't the best for you to be around. Like that maybe you need some better friends, some friends who don't who doesn't keep giving you unsolicited advice about everything, who's always trying to steer you in some kind of direction, and who's always in your ear trying to change your mind about everything you do. So there is something about you having a lot of opinions around you, that like a lot of people having an opinion on whatever you're doing. But maybe there's also something about this person feeling like you have a lot of people around. So maybe this person, like if this person has withdrawn from you, like if this person hasn't been in contact with you, it might be because they see you as this person who's always with someone else. Like there's always like a lot of people around you, and so they don't feel as if like they need to be around you too. Like, but yeah, there could also be a lot of gossip, like people gossiping about you. A lot of people having an opinion about you also behind your back. But like, I don't know. not necessarily negative, but a lot of people believing that they know what's best for you. The Hermit reversed. This person could see you as that maybe this person feels like they need to leave you alone right now because you have a lot going on in your life, and so they don't want to be just one more person stressing you out. Maybe you've been open about you being stressed out right now, that you have like maybe even stress, like you're clinically like stressed, and maybe this person feels like they don't want to trigger anything like by being around you. With the Knight of Pentacles, there could be something where this person is waiting to that, like they don't want to be they don't want to contact you right now because they feel like, oh, I probably have to wait until everything has like everything's settled, everything's calmed, the storm has calmed down. But I want to know if your crush has like feelings for you, because I'm not getting that sense that this person is having like feelings for you per se. Page of Wands reversed. No. I don't think, not yet at least, like not at the moment, maybe in the future, but right now I think this person sees you more as like a friend or a classmate, a study buddy, but not necessarily someone they could see themselves with romantically. With the Ace of Wands reversed here as well, I don't think this person sees you as like, I don't think there's attraction there. Not that this person doesn't see you as attractive, but I just don't think you're their type. Maybe they have like a very particular type, or they just have a different. There could be something where this person might not be interested in your gender. So so if this is a man, this person might be gay. This person, so maybe there's actually a reason why there's like no attraction there, and so maybe it's more, maybe it's something like that. But that might only resonate with a few of you. But for the others of you, I think this person might just might just have a different type. Like you're not their type. So yeah. And there's also that thing that I talked about before, where I think there might have come up something in a conversation with you where you revealed something about yourself that was kind of a deal breaker for this person, and I don't know what that was, but it could have been something to do with being untruthful or cheating or doing something a bit unethical in some people's eyes, but I don't know. So, but that's all I have for you, group number 2. I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, group number 3, you chose this Omega Land tarot deck. And so I will start with some channeling and then I will shuffle the cards for you. So, okay, group number 3. How does group number 3's crush see group number 3? How does group number 3's crush view or perceive group number 3? Okay, something came up about the ballet, and so maybe this person sees you as very as maybe you're a dancer, or maybe you have like very sophisticated movements, or you walk in a very sophisticated way. You might have a bit of a bounce to your walk or something, or you might walk on your toes in a way. You might be very silent when you walk. Like some people might even notice, might not even notice you. Like when you walk up to them from behind, you might walk so silently that you might startle people because like they didn't hear you coming. So you might be very there might be something where you're very quiet, like you have very quiet movements. You walk very quietly. Maybe you also talk kind of quietly. I'm also getting this, that this person sees you as the girl next door. So I think there's something about your face that's very mild and very pleasant to look at, like very but very subtle. Like it's very you might look a bit like the actor from Bridget Jones' Diary. Like you have that very soft and mild face that's very, and maybe you blush a lot as well. Like you so yeah, there could be something where you're very some of you could have like some acne that comes like sometimes and then like your face clears up, but then it might be some there like it's not like this person has noticed it, but maybe this person has noticed that you look very different from like time to time. Like sometimes your skin is very clear, and then other times you might have some breakouts, but like maybe it's just like a natural like cyclical thing that you have, like many of us do. But I think this the only thing the only reason why I'm getting that this is coming up is that I think this person, I don't think they notice it about you. Like I don't think they see the acne, or like they see it but they don't really pay that close attention to it. They like many people don't like, but you might be very you might have a problem with it yourself, and maybe you even talk about it like openly, and how you're really sad about your skin breaking out, and that might have made this person like made this person feel like, why are you, it's such, you shouldn't be sad about that, because it's really nothing. Like, it's nothing to, you don't have to make a big deal out of it, because it's really not anything people notice. So there might be something about you where you might have some insecurities, and it might show that you have these insecurities, but I don't think this person feels like there's anything to have insecurities about. But it might be noticeable that, like, whenever you feel like your skin is breaking out, you might have lower confidence in yourself, and that might show, and that might be obvious to other people, that you're kind of hiding your face, and like you don't want people to look directly at you, and you might look down more when you have some breakouts, and you might cover it with makeup, and maybe there's. I'm just getting this feeling that this person feels like you don't have to cover it up. There's no reason to cover it up. But there is, like, I am getting that this person sees you as someone who's who's not completely owning up to, like, that you're not owning up to yourself in some way, that you're not just owning that, okay, I have some imperfections and that's okay because I'm awesome, and like, it's kind of, but like, confidence is very sexy. Like, someone can if someone can be less good looking than others, but be more good looking than others just because they have more confidence than others. Like, and so I think this person feels like you need to be more, like, sure of yourself, and just like, I'm here, and like, you take it or leave it. Like, don't, and I think this person feels like you're really, that you're maybe a bit apologetic, or that you're that you say you're sorry a lot. That's also something that's coming through. Maybe whenever you say something wrong, or maybe whenever you do something, like, you say sorry, like. And I think this person feels like, why are you saying sorry? Like, there's nothing, like, if you say the wrong word, you might say sorry, like, even though, like, what are you sorry about? Like, you just said a word wrong. That's not, what's the big deal? And so there is something where I think this person feels like you're a bit insecure, and you have nothing to be insecure about. And that's kind of, I think this person is kind of frustrated by how much you say sorry, and how much you're a bit of an, like, excuse for yourself. And maybe you're also a bit shy, where this person might be very extroverted and very much, like, out there, and this person might feel like you need to become more extroverted, and you need to just own up to yourself and be more confident, and be more, like, just take over the world, have that kind of energy, and not everyone can be that way. I'm getting this feeling that this person could be like a Leo or something, where they just feel like that's the most natural thing in the world, to just be the center of attention. And I know that's kind of a stereotype for Leos. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, I think with the 9 of Wands, I think this person feels like you're a bit guarded in a way where you're more withdrawn and you're more cautious with everything you do. Like you're very you're calculating your movements a lot. Like you're thinking of every movement. Like it's very obvious that you are overthinking everything. Like if you're in a group setting where you're with other people, you might overthink going to the bathroom. Like, and you might think of that like for half an hour before you even walk to the bathroom, because like then you think, oh, then I have to tell the person like next to me that they have to like swoop over, or and they have to like, and then I have to like, and then it becomes like a thing where so maybe you have some social anxiety where it's every small thing that other people take for granted, that might be something you overthink a lot about. And you like if you're in a classroom and like you have to read something out loud, and then and like it's you know that the thing that you do in school where everyone has to like read out loud like a piece, like, and then you might get really anxious, like, and wait, and all the time you're waiting for it to be your turn, and you don't even listen to what the other people are reading, like, because you are so nervous about you having to read, that you don't even pay attention to what is actually being read, and like you might calculate like, oh, now there's like 7 people before me, that means that there's like 7 like 7 like blocks of sentences that I until I have to read, and like that means I have to read this part, and then you might start preparing that part, and it's always the other part you get. Like that's kind of the thing that like whenever you think you have you know which sentence or which thing that you have to read out loud in front of the class, it's never that sentence you have to read out loud. It's always the teacher always does something where like one person gets like a double sentence, and then like it fucks up with but that's a whole other thing. But my point is that I think this person sees you as someone who is maybe a bit socially anxious, and someone who's preparing everything beforehand and is obviously overthinking every move, and like I think this person feels like they want to shake you like out of your comfort zone, and like make you, they want to put you on the spot. They want they want to hear what you have to say when you're not prepared, like when you haven't thought everything beforehand. They want you to loosen up, I think. There could also be something about you being overly defensive, and that sounds more negative than I wanted to, but like it's more that like maybe you are very fast at like whenever someone says something to you, you're really quick to like you're quick at assuming that people are out to get you. Like you might assume the worst about people. Like if someone asks you something and they don't have any bad intentions at all, you might misinterpret it as them having bad intentions. That they are, there's probably some agenda why they are asking this. Like you're, and so you might also have a, like, yeah, I don't know, but with the Queen of Swords, I think this person sees you as kind of cold and calculated, not in a manipulative way, but more in a socially anxious, controlling of your, like, you're not a controlling person, you're controlling of yourself. You're controlling everything you do, and you're a control freak towards yourself. Like you're making sure, like you're filtering yourself, like you're kind of like you're censoring yourself, like you're beeping out every curse word that like before you say them. Like you're not just the type of person who just like says anything that pops up to your mind. Like you're everything has to go through this filtering process beforehand, and you're very much in your head instead of in your heart or in your emotions. Like you react to everything in a very rational, logical, and calculated, overthinking way. Like where you don't ever allow your emotions to just get the best of you, unless you are in defense. I think unless you're defending yourself against some claims that other people have put on you, then I think you react kind of emotionally. But other than that, I think you always react in a very rational way to everything. Unless like someone says like that you, but like when I say defensive, I think it's more in terms of, like, for instance, if someone comes up to you and says, "Oh, you are being mean," or that you were mean to say this, or that you have bad intentions, or that you are that, like, if people insinuate that you are a bad person in some way, then I think you react very emotionally and very hard to it, because it really hurts your feeling when people think you're a bad person. But other than that, I think people can tell you just about anything and it wouldn't really bother you that much. Like people, like I don't think you react very strongly to criticism. Like if someone tells you you're ugly, or if someone tells you dance really badly, or if someone criticizes your work, or criticizes something about you that you used a lot of time on and time and effort on, even though it's hurtful to you, I think it's still something you wouldn't really react that harshly to it. Like you wouldn't, you would be able to say like that's your opinion. But if someone insinuates that you're a bad person, or that you did something to hurt someone else, then I think you are like you get really mad and sad, and you react very emotionally to it. With the Three of Wands, I think this person there could be something where this person feels like you are not. I think this person sees you as someone who's not completely living in the moment or living in the present. You're not. That you're kind of thinking of the future, or you're always like planning ahead to the point where you're maybe not enjoying just the moment, the present moment. But there could also be something about you maybe being on a hunt in some way. That because this card has like a picture of two people on a hunt, and so maybe you're a hunter, but I don't think so. But I think maybe this person, there is something coming up where maybe you change a lot when you go out drinking and clubbing. Then you might be more open and more like, then you put your guards down. But then maybe this person has maybe noticed that you get a bit too flirty, or start going on a hunt for like a mate, or I know this sounds really bad, but like I'm just getting that this person might think you're trying too hard sometimes. Like when you're sober, you're not trying enough, but then when you're drunk, you're trying too hard. Like, I don't know. But that could be something about you being two different people when you're sober and when you're drunk. But yeah. But I want to know what your crush feels about you. Like, is there any romantic feelings that your crush has for you? Group number 3. 4 of Swords. So like you can see how these, like there is a couple on this picture here. There is two people here, and it is a couple where they are very protective of themselves and very guarded, like sleeping with a weapon. Both of them are, and so I think this person might feel like if you two were to be in a relationship, that you would maybe that you would have a negative effect on them, in the way that you would maybe drag them into your insecurities. And I know this sounds negative, but like maybe this person feels like they are way too extroverted, and in order to be in your introverted bubble they would have to get in that bubble, and they wouldn't be able to live their free life where they are out there doing stupid things, while you are calculated and protective of yourself and very guarded, and you have like this protective shield around you. And I think this person feels like you would in a way drag them down with you to that to that socially anxious place, and they wouldn't be able to be their social self around. I don't know why. Like, maybe there's also something about you being being very, you're very quiet and very silent and calm and peaceful, and they are very much out there, loud. They have to have a lot of things going on around them. They don't like they don't like silence. They don't like the quiet. They are trying really hard to escape that. It's very, very important for them to escape that. And like that's their whole mission in life, is to escape the quiet place, escape their thoughts in a way. Maybe whenever they are quiet, whenever they are like in silence, their mind goes wild, and they start thinking about everything. And they start thinking about that horrible childhood, and they start thinking about their relationship with their mother, and they start thinking about that some incidents that happened many years ago that they haven't dealt with. All of their trauma comes up, and all of their maybe also all their bad decisions, all the things that they have done that were stupid, all the things that they did while under the influence that were stupid, all the things that they regret doing, and they might even get to the point where they start regretting what they are doing right now, and start rethinking their life and think, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be doing something else, and that's kind of scary and frightening. And then they like whenever they get to this point, they try to snap out of it by going out partying, by putting on loud music, by putting on the television, going through their social media, they have to they have to be entertained all the time. They have to have a lot of things going on around them, because if there's nothing around them to distract them, they will start thinking, and they don't like thinking, because then things come up while they are thinking that are unpleasant, and they don't want to face those things, and so they need things. They need a lot of things to be going on around them all the time, and so I think this person feels like if they were to be with you, who's very silent, very quiet, and very peaceful and calm, they would have a lot of time with their mind thinking about things that they don't want to think about. And I'm also getting that maybe this person feels like they could easily get dragged into the some of the guardedness that you have, and because it is maybe also something that's in a way natural to them. It's maybe natural for them to be withdrawn. But it's something they don't do, because whenever maybe they feel like if they withdraw, they can never get back. Like, this is the kind of social person who's an extrovert, who's an introvert who became an extrovert. I'm getting that feeling that maybe this person started out as an introvert and then made a decision to become an extrovert, became an extrovert because of because they got uncomfortable being alone with their own thoughts. So they had to kind of push through that barrier and put themselves out there. But they are afraid that they could very easily get back and become withdrawn, and it's like it's their default mode is to actually be withdrawn, and so they are afraid that maybe you, like if you two were to be a couple one day, like then they would easily go back to being withdrawn and not putting themselves out there, not like, because it is something that they have some kind of nostalgia towards. It's something that's very familiar to them, something they are actually very comfortable in. If it wasn't because of their thoughts, that like the trauma they need to get through, but like it is I am getting something about, like I've said this in some of my other readings as well, and it is something very specific, I know, but I am getting that this person might be the same person as the person who's come through before in other readings. This person could have grown up with parents who were deaf, like deaf parents, and so they grew up in a household that was very quiet, and so maybe they have done everything to rebel against that, and so they've like created this life for themselves that's very loud and social and and music and everything, and like always like loud noises all the time, because it's kind of a rebellion against like what they grew up with, and maybe they feel like they would get back to kind of that prison that they were in like before, like if they were to live a more quiet, calm and peaceful life. I don't know. But that's all I have for you, group number 3. I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, group number 4. I'll start. You chose this Rotamundi tarot deck, and so I'll start with some channeling, and then I will shuffle the cards for you. So, okay, group number 4. Group number 4. How does group number 4's crush see group number 4? There's something about you being very believable, and that kind of makes me think that you're very what you see is what you get. Like you're not. They believe anything like you say. Like they never second guess any of the information you give them. Like it's you seem very honest, very loyal, and like you're the type of person who would always. Like if you tell someone you're going to be somewhere at some time at 3 a.m., then you're going to be there at 3 a.m. Like it's a bit weird to be anywhere at 3 a.m., but whatever. But like if you say like you're going to be somewhere at some point, like this person knows like you're always going to keep your word. Like you're very like, but there's also something about, okay, this is kind of referring to physical. So some of you might be very, might have like a, have a body shape that's kind of rectangular. So that's not a bad thing. It's a bit like we're all shaped differently, and like I'm rectangular, and of course it's kind of that's like, but we should all remember that like there body shapes, like there's no body shapes that are better than others, like they're, and it's all about like what's trending right now, and like what's trending right now is something different, and but like for in the like for like 20 years ago, rectangular, like the rectangular body shape was like the shit, like that was like what everybody wanted, but it's different, like it's always, it's forever changing, and so it's like we should just be happy about our body shape nonetheless, because it will get into fashion at some point. So we should just wait until it starts trending again, and then we are on the beat. But so there is. But yeah, I think this person sees you as maybe not the most feminine because of your body shape, which is annoying, but I think this person really likes you nonetheless, but maybe your body shape is not this person's preferred body shape, or but no one really is. Like whenever we have like a type that like we rarely end up with the kind of person that's like our type, so it really doesn't oh, sorry. So, okay. With the judgment here, there could be something about you might have recently had a comeback. Like there could have been a long period of time where you two weren't in contact with each other. Could have been because of the pandemic, but there could have been a recent comeback where you've recently come back into this person's life, where this person had kind of lost hope on you, or lost hope of this connection. And like, but I think this person has like recently discovered that, oh, it's like you're an option. Like there's there might also be something about you where this person has like recently discovered you, or discovered something about you that they felt like, oh, like why was I so blind to that before? Why didn't I see that before? And so there might be something about you where this person has changed their mind about you in a positive way, where maybe this person, maybe it's just because they felt like, that they forgot about you in the time that you have spent apart, but recently they've started thinking about you again, and maybe it's because you came back into their life recently, talked to them recently, sent them a text recently or something, but there could also be something about this person. Maybe you, if this is not the case, if you two haven't had contact recently, it could also be that you posted something on Facebook or social media that, and you might have not posted anything for a while now, and so it might have been the first post in months or a year or something or more, and I think this person just saw that post and thought, oh, now I remember this person, now I remember why I liked that person so much before, and oh, that's kind of an option that may need to be explored more because of the lovers here. So there is something where I think this person is kind of like, I'm getting this thing where maybe this person has like thought like, where have you been all my life? Like, and it could have been something you said or posted, so something where this person just felt like it really resonated with this person on a different level, and it made them, it really touched them deeply. It's like they felt like you were on the same wavelength or something. You were putting their thoughts into words, like you spoke their mind, like it's. So there is something where you might have said something where this person agreed 100% with that thing you said. Yeah. With the High Priestess here, I think there might have, again, I think this person might feel like, where have you been hiding? Like what? So there, it's very positive though. It's like this person just feels like you should get back into their life. Like I'm really getting that this person wants to get in contact with you again. They don't want this to be in secret, like, or so there's also that thing that maybe you two had a secret connection before, where you were keeping it a secret from others and being very secretive about it beforehand. Maybe because one of you were in a relationship or something, and so you had to keep it a secret. But I think now they just want it to come out. Like they want it to be public. And so yeah, I think this person sees you as someone they very much would like to be in a relationship with. Very much, like strongly. Yes. I'm getting good feelings right now from this person. So scratch the thing I said about the rectangular thing, because I kind of regret saying that, because I don't want you to. I don't want you to hold that against them, because it shouldn't ruin this. Because it's it really. I am getting very hopeful about this connection. And I think there is a very strong possibility that you two are going to end up together. So don't hold that against this person, that they might have might have had one thought about your body not being like the trendy hourglass body that is so trendy right now, but that you have a more rectangular body, which there is nothing wrong with at all, because I have it too, and we are many people who have that kind of body. But it's what's on the inside that counts, and I am getting the feeling that in this case, it's winning the inner values are winning over some superficial thing here. Like, this person sees you as a very honest, very loyal, very truthful person that they feel like they can completely confide in you. They see you as someone who's like very pure, a very pure human being with very good intentions. Like, you're just very good, like very good and caring, and very honestly, like honest about it. Like, you're not playing any games. Like, really, like, you're very like, I'm also getting that you're not gossipy. Like, you're not dramatic. You don't care about like other people's drama. You don't even want to talk about it. Like, you're probably, maybe you've been like, maybe you've said that one time, like, where someone might have come to you, and this person might have been present at that moment, and someone might have come to you and said like, oh, did you hear about this person? Oh, she did that, and oh, isn't that completely embarrassing? And you might have said, I wasn't there. I don't know if it was embarrassing or not, and I don't want to hear about it because I wasn't there, and the person who was there is not here to defend themselves, and so I don't know what happened, and only they know what happened, and so there's no reason to talk about it unless we all know what happened, and we don't, and so end of story. Or end of discussion. So I think this person really digged that. Like, they really liked that you have that kind of look on, like, you don't care about rumors. You don't care about, like, you want your information directly from the source. And you don't want to listen to anyone and that wasn't like in there, like, and yeah, I think this person really loves that about you, and loves that you're not complicated, like you're and you're just sweet and kind and loving and caring, and like really cute energy here. With the masculine triangle, again, there could still be something about the masculine thing where this person sees you as a bit more masculine than feminine, but I don't necessarily think that's a negative thing, because your masculinity is also what makes you this way. Like, your masculinity is sort of the reason why you are not gossipy and not dramatic. I know that I'm putting it on the edge here because, of course, femininity is not only about being a gossip and being like that, but and being overly dramatic about everything. But I think you are, of course, like you are more, without like sounding cringy, but like you're one of the guys, and like but really, like not like one of those who just say that and isn't really like that, but like you're really just very uncomplicated and undramatic and ungossipy, and then of course there might also be something about you being a bit of a tomboy, but I don't think this is a deal breaker at all for this person. I think they like it in a way. Like I think they enjoy the fact that you can be just one of the guys, and that you can talk about stuff that like, and like you, I don't know, that you also have some of the same interests as they do. Yeah. But I think this person really likes you, and like I'm very optimistic about this. So I'll leave it at that, I think. So I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, group number 5. You chose this Botticelli tarot deck. And I will start with some channeling, and then I will shuffle the cards for you. So group number 5. How does group number 5's crush feel about, how does group number 5's crush see group number 5? Oh, okay, so there could be something where this person sees you as a bit boring or dull. So maybe this person doesn't really have the best perception of you, but it's not necessarily a bad one. But I think, oh, I didn't even realize. Okay, so some other cards from a different tarot deck has like found its way into this tarot deck. I don't know how that happened, but this could be a message here, that maybe there's something about you where you could be a foreigner. So, or you could come from a different culture, or you might have a different type of humor as this person. Not that your humor is worse than their humor, but it might just be different, and you might have different kind of jokes where I'm kind of getting that this person is one who has the bad sense of humor. Like I'm getting a lot of dad jokes and stuff like that, where you might be more sarcastic and more dark. But so there could just be something where you two have a kind of different sense, like there could also be something about you not finding this person funny. And so maybe this person made some jokes, some really bad dad jokes or something, and you were just like, gosh, that's a lot. Okay. And you might have like just sit there like stone-faced, like, are you for real? Like, that was the worst joke I've ever heard in my entire life. And you might have said that. And this person might have felt like, oh, there's nothing wrong with my joke. It's just because this person is so boring and dull that this person just doesn't understand my jokes, and it's just because they are just boring, and that's just their problem, not my problem. And it's not because I'm not funny, it's just because this person just doesn't have like so there could be something where this person might see you as boring, but it's more like a way of making themselves feel better about their shitty jokes. And so it's better to put the blame on someone else than looking inwards and seeing how maybe they just made a bad joke, and it's okay. It happens to all of us. And it happens to the best of us. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. But yeah, there could be but I'm getting this feeling that this person just feels like you don't get them, and that you're not appreciative of them and what maybe there's also some banter here where you are like maybe you're just making fun of them and for a laugh, like you're maybe just kidding, like you're like it might be like a gimmick that you do, like that you have, like where you are like, I don't know, but you might be a bit might have been a bit rough on this person and might have like told them like that their jokes are bad, or at least that maybe they need to work on them, or maybe they need to like try more to, like, if they want to impress you with their jokes, they might need to make a bit of an effort on making them. And this person might have felt like you weren't appreciative of how awesome they were, and that you couldn't see how brilliant they were. And it has a lot to do with them. Like, it's very like they feel their perception of you is very much determined by your perception of them. Like how you see them is very much why they see you negatively, or like why they feel like you are a bit boring or dull. It's very much because you don't find them funny, or you don't like the same things that they like. Like you might there might have been something where you two talked about something where they couldn't understand why you didn't find it so interesting. Like they might have talked for hours and hours about vehicles, old vehicles from the war or something, and you might have told them like, why would you think I would be interested in this, in hearing about this? And they might have reacted to that like, oh, you're just boring, you're just dull, why don't you enjoy the same things that I enjoy? Like, what's wrong with you? And so yeah, with the Queen of Wands, this person could see you as a bit quick to, maybe also that you get bored very quickly, and so there could be a thing where like maybe you don't have that much patience when it comes to hearing about things that you are not interested in, And with a page of coins, there could be something about you that you are only interested in talking about, like if this is someone you're who's your classmate or someone you go to school with, then maybe you only like to talk about your studies, and this person might feel like, oh, you only want to talk about your studies, you don't want to talk about anything else than your studies. With the Six of Coins, there could be something about this person feeling like you might have friend-zoned them, like they might feel like you are only like around them because because of school or school-related things, or your studies, or maybe that you're even using them, like that you're only interested in them because you want them to help you with your studies, or that you want to be study buddies with them and you're only being nice to them because you want that to happen. But so it's kind of like a charity, like you're, but there could also be something where this person feels like you're only talking to them because, like, because you want to be nice to them, or and so maybe this person feels like your intentions are not the best, that you're only being with them for a reason, and it's not a good reason, or it's not like a genuine reason. So this person might be like blocking you, and like they might have a negative perception of you because they are sure that you have a negative perception of them, and so they kind of push you away because they want to, because they are sure that you will push them away, and so they want to be like the first to push you away so that you can't hurt them. And so they just have like they are just like making themselves believe that, oh, they don't want to be with you because you are so boring and dull, and they are better off. But really it's something they are telling themselves because they want to feel better about them feeling a bit rejected by you in some way. So there is something where I think this person for some reason might feel like you've rejected them, that you don't really want to be with them, that you're just being around them to be nice to them, or because you're tolerating them because you have to. Maybe because you have some mutual friends in common and you don't want to, and this person feels like maybe you don't want to lose your other friends, so you're tolerating them just to that you're tolerating this person just to so that you don't lose your other friends or something, where this person might have some low self-esteem about this, where they feel like, oh, you're they might not have like I don't think they dare thinking about you, like what they like about you, because they don't want to like you, because they are afraid that because they feel like you don't like them, and so they don't want to like have some kind of connection with you that's not mutual, where they would get hurt by you not feeling the same way about them. So I think this person, but with the Ten of Pentacles, I think this person sees you as someone who kind of has it all. And you probably don't need them in your life. Like, you have a lot of people around you, and you're surrounded by people, and you're surrounded by good things, where this person can't really offer you that much either. Like romantically, like if like you don't need anyone, and you're very independent, and you're like I think this person just feels like they can't give you anything you don't already have, and they yeah, I'm kind of getting that, like, this person is someone who wants to be needed. Like, they feel like that's, I think when it comes to love, like they want to be in a relationship where they are needed, where they provide something where the other person can't live without them. And so if they just keep providing that, then they know that, like, they would never lose that relationship. And that's kind of like the security, like they want that security in a relationship where they want to be with someone that can't live without them. And it's kind of controlling, but it's more an insecurity where they want to make sure that people need them, so that they are not replaceable. And they feel like they couldn't give you anything that would make them unreplaceable to you. Like they can't provide you with anything because you have everything. Like, you don't need anything. So what can they give you that you already have? And how could they make sure that they wouldn't be replaced by someone who could provide the same as they can? And so what makes them different from all the others? And I don't think they feel like they can compete, and so they don't. And I think this person likes you, but I don't think they dare to even go there. And so they just have this negative perception of you as being boring and dull and nothing. But it's more of like a cop-out so that they feel better about themselves. And so, yeah, with the King of Pentacles, there could be someone else, like another suitor here, who's kind of also making it hard for this person to, like, I don't think this person sees you as an option, because maybe there's someone else who sees you as an option. And so this person just doesn't want to see you that way because they don't want to step on anyone's toes. And they don't want to, like, they want to follow the guy code, where, like, they don't step on their friends they don't step on their but on their ground. Like, they don't want to go there, because that would be kind of a betrayal. And so they are maybe taking a step back so that someone else can make a move on you. So maybe maybe you two have a friend in common who's actually really in love with you, but you might not realize this. Oh, I think you do. I think you know who this is. But yeah, that person who you're thinking of right now, who might be the mutual friend, that is the person. I think you're right. Yes. For many of you. So but I think that's all I have for you, group number 5. I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye.